Alright everyone, shut the fuck up, class is in session. Roll call. You.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the list. Who the fuck did that? God damn it. First day of school and it's already fucking this shit. Who's eating chips? You know, I've noticed something. I haven't seen a single video or like series that explains the entirety of the hoyoverse. I've seen a bunch of videos that explain lore on like one game or how two games are connected. There's nothing that just basically goes over the whole story of like everything and the vocabulary and everything important for, well, all of it. So I decided to make my own. Oh, fuck. Now, I am in no way an expert on the hoyoverse, but I'm gonna pretend to be. I know just enough to basically have a rough idea of how everything works. I've just basically like dabbled in everything. I played Honkai Impact 3rd, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. I've dabbled in fucking Gun Girl Z.
And you're an asshole.
You wanna become a human popsicle? And I've also tried out Tears of
It's Thomas, you dumbass.
Thomas, thank you. Open your notebooks. This is chapter 0. We'll be going over the basic vocabulary. Now, the main problem with this thing is we are at the mercy of the translators. I have no idea what the fuck the Chinese version is saying, except, you know, that the English version likes to butcher a lot of the fucking vocabulary. They use the same word in Chinese that they've used for, you know, planet, star system, galaxy, fucking universe, and they keep using the word multiverse a lot, which, you know, if you're a Marvel Goo Goo Gaga brain, yeah, sure, that's what it's technically called. But if you're an actual Giga Brain Rick and Morty fan,
Please don't put the fucking Rick and Morty shit in there. That's cringe as fuck.
I won't. The hoyoverse really likes the classical theory that, you know, you make a fucking flip a coin and the universe splits in half. So we're gonna try to explain all of that. But first, we must understand what the main cause of the problem is. This word here is... Say it for me so I don't get cancelled.
Xingxi.
This word here is Xingxi. It basically means like world or leaf. It is basically the main world that shit happens in, you know. Each different leaf or world is, you know, a different game. You know, Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd, yada yada yada. It goes on and on. And this word over here is Yinhe. It basically means the whole fucking thing. You know, whole shebang. The entire hoyoverse. The entire Honkaiverse. Call it whatever the fuck you want. It is also referred to as, you know, the imaginary tree. They're quite interchangeable, but there is still a difference between them. Because everything inside the imaginary tree is inside the universe, but not everything inside the universe is inside the imaginary tree. Got that? The main game events still happen in the imaginary tree, except for a few very specific times, which I will be sure to mention. Fuck, now I gotta actually explain this shit. I don't care who the IRS sends, I am not paying my taxes.
They send Mummy Raiden.
I don't care who the IRS...
Kafka.
Alrighty, now let's draw the fucking hoyoverse. This is the hoyoverse. Looks quite empty, doesn't it? Let's draw some shit on here. I want you to imagine a tree, but not like a real tree, like an imaginary tree. How the fuck do you draw a tree again? This looks like an oak tree on its death door. What the fuck? This is the imaginary tree. It has a bunch of little leaves on it, which are the worlds that include, you know, the games. We got fucking Honkai Star Rail over here, Honkai Impact 3rd over here, Genshin Impact over here, Tears of Tennis over here. It's a bit too to the right now, whatever. And this is the Sea of Quanta. It is basically the opposing force to the imaginary tree. The imaginary tree is trying to slowly live with all its fun civilizations everywhere, while the Sea of Quanta is slowly trying to take it over. You know, it's a battle as old as times. Because like a wise man once said, as long as there are two people left on the planet, someone is gonna want someone dead. And this fun little force over here is the Honkai. It is the force that attacks all of these fun little civilizations over here. And here. And here and here. Honkai seems to attack the civilizations that are more technologically advanced. That's why there's a lot of Honkai energy in, well, Honkai Impact 3rd and basically none in Genshin Impact. Now don't get me wrong, there still is, it just hasn't been mentioned basically at all. For a while, there was an accepted theory proposed by Auto Apocalypse that, you know, Honkai is basically a force. It tests out the universes. Whichever ones survive get to keep living on, and which ones don't fall down into the Sea of Quanta to become bubble worlds. Bubble worlds are basically just less complicated forms of the universe. You know, the ones that have been taken over by the Honkai as well. They're about as complicated as video games compared to our reality. You know, you can still probably live in one, but you know, repeating the same week over and over and over and over and over again in a fucking 7-acre area probably gets a little bit boring. I'd much rather be here. But you know, all the death and suffering. Now, this is the main way bubble worlds are formed, but that doesn't mean that it's like, you know, the exclusive way. But as it turns out, Honkai actually isn't that. I mean, it still attacks the worlds, but it isn't a test. It's actually caused by a cosmic entity called hoyoverse. And now we can get to my favorite part. The blueprint. It doesn't actually have an official name, but I like to call it the blueprint. It is the main reason why, you know, different games can have, you know, same characters with the same name, or, you know, roughly the same appearance and same name. Like, you know, we have Wendy and Venti, or Himeko and Himeko, but also, thanks to it, we can also have Himeko and Himeko. And Himeko. Even though they are, you know, 50,000 years apart from each other, they are still based off of the same blueprint. God, don't even get me started with the Bronyas, Jesus. Blueprint is the main reason why we can have Raiden May, Dr. May, Raiden A, Raiden Shogun, Raiden Makoto, Acheron, Raiden May, Raiden A, and this over here is the basic form of the hoyoverse. I hope you wrote all that down. This is just the minimum knowledge you need to know. Of course, the hoyoverse is also the name of a company inside the hoyoverse. And I don't mean like this bullshit, I mean like inside of Honkai Impact there exists a company called hoyoverse that is owned by Branya of all people, you know, because why the fuck not, you know? Because this bitch over here one day just decided, oh, I'm gonna fucking buy hoyoverse that exists inside of Honkai Impact 3rd, which exists inside the hoyoverse, which is a franchise owned by a company named the fucking hoyoverse. Also, speaking of shit that breaks canon, we have fucking Welt Yang. Cause this motherfucker over here one day just decided, oh, you know, I'm gonna hop to a different reality. You know, hop into a different world, you know, different leaf on the fucking tree. Cause why the fuck not, you know? He was a Hersher one day, well, you know, let's just give him all the power he fucking needs. And thanks to him, I can never be sure if a character is the same character ever again. What the fuck? Also, speaking of bullshit, we got fucking Acheron over here, being a little fucking bitch who just one day decides, you know, references Kiana and Kevin, even though she exists in Honkai Star Rail, not in Honkai Impact 3rd, or Gun Girl Z, for that matter. And like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. She's not supposed to know them. Is she fucking May? Is she Dr. May? How the fuck does that fit anywhere? That was the class bell. Yeah, closure to textbooks. Fuck off. See you next time. I need a fucking drink.